guys, let's get right into it. Thank you for joining me today on this beautiful April 24th day of 2025. We are at it again here at Ace Trading Club. I have a link right here on the screen, Ace Trading Club at the Discord, where we operate a day trading room. It's free to join. However, to get my live entries and exits, you have to pay. It's behind a paywall, but come in there, check us out. Free to join. As I said, come have a look, take a look. I think we're doing a 2-week free trial. If you want to join in, you get all access to everything. You get to see me go live on the mic, call in trades, my entries, my exits, my thesis on the trade, etc., etc. We have members in there knocking it out the park day in, day out because we ace trade here at Ace Trading Club. Come check us out. But let's get right into it. I wanted to start the day just taking a look. Surprise, surprise, surprise. What does it say? China says no ongoing trade talks with the U.S. calls for canceling unilateral tariffs. As we know, Trump has been saying, let me make sure you can see this. There we go. As you can see this up here, Trump has been saying all along, what has he been saying? That there are actual talks going on with China. Of course, he's caught in a lie. He's looking for an exit. I keep telling members, do not worry about these tariffs. They are going to go away. And I'll tell you guys why. Just stop and think about it. What happened last time the entire world came crashing down during COVID, during 2020, right? But his base, what is his base? His base are going to be the truck drivers. His base are going to be the veterans. His base is going to be businesses. And they are going to run out of product. You cannot just reverse 80 plus years, especially the last 30 years of economic harmonization around the world and just do it unilaterally or fiat of just wrapping up tariffs, which is just a sales tax on the U.S. consumer by themselves without a impact to your base. And so what's going to be happening? What we should be expecting to happen in the next week to two. Let's just be clear. Nobody is bringing in product from China. And if they are bringing it in because it was too late to cancel the ship, it's sitting there unloaded and nobody's prepared to take inventory of that because nobody wants to pay 145% sales tax to the U.S. government for a product that they need to bring in and see if they even have a base to sell it to for that double, triple the price that's coming for them, right? And that goes across the board with cars. If you go look, there's free ports filling up to the brim with cars that nobody wants to take in. Nobody, meaning the car dealerships, because I don't care how many times he says it. It is not China, it is not the U.S., it's not the Europe, it's not Canada, it's not Mexico who's going to pay for the tariff. Just like Mexico didn't pay for the wall, the U.S. consumer pays for the wall. And guess what? That's usually a business who has to pay the import duty, and they're not paying it. Simple and plain. That's enough about politics. I don't particularly care about it per much here at Ace Trading. We just try to trade the market and take opportunities that it gives us. So it doesn't matter if the market's up, down, left, right, or sideways. We are trading the market Monday through Friday, the U.S. stock market. Again, everything that I'm talking about today is not financial advice to you. I'm just giving you my thoughts, my ideas on what I personally will look to trade and if there's opportunity to trade it. Okay, so let's just take a look at what we got going here within the market. But before we do that, let me show you a couple more things here. Let me just show you what we've been doing in the Discord. We've been really knocking it out the park here, right? So one of the things I tell members here, right? I got Joseph here saying, in the money on the QQQ and sold Tesla, thanks. Because I called out a Tesla trade yesterday that we took later in the day. We already took a trade on it earlier in the day, but I took a long in Tesla at 253.8. And then I started to sell it towards the end of the day at 256.80. And subsequently, it rolled over all the way down to about 250 to finish the day. But we made money. As I tell members all the time, they always give you a chance to take another trade. You can't miss a trade. They give you another one. But I just want to show you how we just here as community building out winners and winners and winners. People just continue to profit in here as you come in here. This is all free for you to see. You can just go up and up and up and up. And like I keep telling people, you have a choice here. The offer's yours. You either learn to trade or you can go back to work. But the freedom here is in this financial markets. Members are making 500, 1,000 a day. Okay, we're going to have our losses. As I tell members, we're always going to have losses. I didn't call out yesterday's trades, but I think yesterday I called out 4 trades, all 4 winners. We took a Tesla long yesterday as well, and that was a banger. We left a lot on the table, and I'll explain it to you later. But we are out here doing our thing daily. And again, we have this live day trading room in here where I go live just like you see it here, just not on YouTube. It's through the Discord, and we're developing this new member zone where we're going to have all the education pieces that you need. But again, it's free to join. Link right here. Come check us out. We'd love to have you. Again, it's going to be I think it's 2 weeks free membership to get full access to everything. And the goal is within that 2 weeks, I'm going to make you some money, or I'm going to make some money, and hopefully you can make some money along with me and pay for it, and hopefully pay for like a whole year's membership just in one day, in 1 week. So come check us out. I don't give you any hype, no fuss, no muss, just real trades, trying to make some money in this market. Okay, folks? So that's enough on the Discord. But anyways, enough of that. How can we make some money? How can we make some money? So let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla we bought yesterday. Okay, so for those that are new to trading, looking at a stock chart, every chart, no matter if it's green or red, is just we're looking at a daily candle. This is the price action of the day. So on April 9th, you had the stock open somewhere around $225, and it finished all the way up around $273. Okay, so thus it was a green candle. Started low, finished high. Red candle just means it started high, finished low. Okay, and that's what you have. So you have yesterday's price action right here. Literally right here on the screen. We traded this one. Now, I left a lot on the table. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom into the intraday. I'm going to zoom into the intraday where every candle represents, again, the price action of the day. So right now what you're seeing on the screen is the entire price action of yesterday based off 10 minutes. Each candle represents 10 minutes of price action. We bought this yesterday right here towards the low. I initially got in around 253, averaged in around 245. Members got in around as low as 246. Okay, and then rolled it up. Look at this massive bounce. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 minutes straight up. Now, members got out around 251, 252, and then it went up. But guess what? What did I show you? I showed another entry. I showed another entry into Tesla. I said I was long at 253.80. Guess what? We got long right here. After this rollover, right here about midday, around lunchtime, New York time, rolled over. It gives us another entry. We bought it here. We got long right here. And guess what? Boom, 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 boom. Bounced up, got out around 256. Of course, it got up to 258. You can't catch the entire move. That's just not part of day trading. That's not feasible. It's not possible. I mean, if you can be greedy, but you're going to get whipped around. But we made money there. So that was a second trade there. So first trade, second trade, 2 winners in Tesla, done and dusted, no losses, okay? We took another trade in AVGO yesterday. Now, I got whipped out of this thing. I'm going to be totally clear. It was really upsetting. But, I mean, it just was chop suey yesterday. This is the price action of all day yesterday of AVGO. Just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But we bought down here, 178. Soon as we got out, literally as soon as we got out, we bought probably right here. It then bounced up $2, $3. So it was a little upsetting to miss that trade. But, again, like I tell everybody, it gives you another entry. It rolled back down. Here it is, got to 177 and bounced again. It subsequently rolled over to finish the day pretty weak, but that's how the market goes. That's how it is. Stocks don't just go straight up, nor do they go straight down. They ebb and flow. And the question is, can you ace trade the market? Can you control your emotions to be profitable? Or are you going to try to swing for the fence and then you're going to be playing and watching the game from outside the fence because you're going to blow your account? Okay, so I'm just looking here. So let me see for Tesla. What's the actions for Tesla? What can we do to make some money on Tesla today? So levels that I like today. So today for me, let me just make the graph a little bit more blurry. You're going to see lines jump all over the place. There we go. There we go. So this is where I like it. This is my yellow line from yesterday. I still like this area. I think if it was to get down to about 246, let's call it 247 today, 246, that's the level that I would like for a long. So I'm going to put a little alert around there, around 247. If it was to dip in there, I know that's about $5 away from here, but it's possible. This thing can move $10 easily down and can move $10 to the upside. The problem we have is we need to build a base here for the next couple days. It just had earnings, so we want to see what the price action is going to be today and tomorrow. Because if it's going to move to the upside, it has a lot of space to go because we had this massive God candle, thrust candle as I call it, on April 9th, where it just thrusted up, guys. And all the buyers who wanted to buy bought right there. We had trillions of dollars brought into the economy or into the stock market that day. And we just subsequently sold off and chopped around inside of this, literally inside of this green candle here. So we got to see what we're going to do, what type of pattern we're going to build, what type of price action we're going to get, because it's all about price action. The price action is going to tell us which direction we want to go, but we got resistance coming up around 263 and then subsequently around 272. So I want to see if it's going to thrust up that way. We're currently at 252, but if we get a dip today, 248 could be bought with a major support level for me where my yellow line would be, not where the green line would be, where my yellow line today would be about 238. So if it was to flush to 238, that's a no-brain level for me today to pick it up. So I might want to start around 247 and every $10, maybe $5, depending on how it gets. I might skip this first yellow line. It really depends on the price action, but I'm just giving you areas of ideas of where I personally would like to trade it. Again, we got the SPY. Again, the SPY's doing the same type of thing. We have this thrust candle from April 9th, and it's just been chopping up there. Now, what's nice is we're chopping at towards the upper side of the range now. So the question is, what are we going to look like next week? You know, how many days are we going to chop here before we knock, and then take off to the upside, okay? Because I continue to say, and I will always remind you guys, that these tariffs will be lifted really soon because he's already trying to pivot. He's already trying to backtrack. He's lying through his teeth, talking about how he's having unilateral talks with the president of China, and he's saying, oh, I don't want to say what I'm saying. It's not appropriate. This is a guy who loves to brag and boast and brag. If he was talking to China and had a conversation with China, he would tell you immediately. He wouldn't be able to, he couldn't contain himself, okay? So he's not. So when he's going out there saying these things, he's lying. And he's going to have to lift these tariffs soon because it's going to get messy really, 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 really soon, guys. We're talking about empty shelves again, just like through COVID. We're talking about truckers having no work. We're talking about you not being able to buy things because nobody's going to import anything. People are canceling orders. People are saying keep the orders there in China, even though they got stuff ready to go. Because if you're a small-time business, maybe you have an order for 100,000, right, coming in from China. But do you now have 145,000 on top of the 100,000 that you already have? Most businesses won't have that kind of capital. Okay, a Walmart or Target, maybe they can stomach those type of things. But at the end of the day, they're going to just pass that over to the consumer. You know, and then you're going to get layoffs. You're going to get, it's just going to create a catastrophe. Are we in free fall? No, we're not. So I've been telling friends and members, we're not in free fall. I'll zoom out again, just like I did yesterday. Let me make it a little less unbusy. Let me show you what it looked like last time we were in free fall. What free fall really looks like, okay? We got to zoom all the way back out, down here to find COVID, right in here. That's free fall, where we're dropping from 340 to 220. Just think about the fall that is. That's 30-40% just down. Fast forward to now, from 600 to 480 is only 20%. But we're not at 480, are we? We're at 535. So we're still within 15% of that high, 600 high, okay? So when I say we're not in free fall, no, we're not in free fall. Is it close? Is it teetering? Of course. Anything could happen. But once this guy lifts these tariffs, he's going to have to. Nobody can do 90 tariff deals in 90 days. It takes years to do a free trade deal. Years. Let me tell you this. In the UK, they've been trying to do a free trade deal for over a decade now, okay? Just giving you an insight of how long it takes. The EU trade deal, they've been doing that. They took forever to get anything, okay? It just doesn't happen overnight. Simple and plain. He's going to have to capitulate and he's going to have to switch. So that's just more of a political thing, but I'm talking about what we're trying to do to trade the market. Q's doing the same thing. Thrust candle, trading, chopping right there, right? So where can we trade it? You know, I think we got to be careful for a sell day today, okay? But if we do get a sell day, let me show you where my yellow lines are. Boom. I'm still going to like these yellow lines down here, okay? Even though I get it real zoomed in, let me try to explain it again. Let me make it less visible. Green candle, green or red, doesn't matter. It just means the price action of the day, okay? Green candle means that it opened low, finished high. Red candle means it opened high, finished low. Has nothing to do with the previous day. Again, look at yesterday's candle. It's red, right? But the day before it's green and the price is higher. So technically the market finished higher than it did the day before, but we have a red candle. So the red candle has nothing to do about the price action between day to day. It's just about the day. So here we are. We got the 20 period moving average coming down. Very important to see. Swooping underneath it. I think if we were to get a dip, let me make this very messy again. Show you my yellow lines. My yellow lines of support, again, remain around 452 to 450. We get in here. I like it. I called a QQQ trade for members yesterday. Let me show you it to you here. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in again. Again, each candle represents now 10 minutes of price action from yesterday, okay? So there was a chance here where we propped up and we kept resisting here. I told members when it dipped down here and got to 459, 460, that's where I would look for a long. So it was in this candle. I said, watch for the dip. You should get it. You should be able to get it around 460 to 459.50. Long here, and then my target would be up here, 462. As it went up there, it rolled over, but that's how you can get a quick profit. Quick scalp trade, day trade, in and out. Get in, get up, get out, because they're going to whip it around and whip it down. And then I think I gave them another trade when it got lower down here to give them a bounce here. So let's just see. Today's action, I would rather to see 450 rather than 452. So for me, I'd like to see around 450 today on the QQQ. If it gets down there, to me, looks like a great level with a major support level being about 445. I just don't see it getting down there today. On to NVIDIA, another stock of mine that I love to trade every day. Tried trading it the other day. Made some money on it. Still holding a swing trade. In the money on a swing trade at the moment. Been in the money several times on it. But looking for a move all the way up into this 120 to 125 range. I think we'll get there. We're just going to wait for another thrust candle. That will come once these tariffs get lifted. It's just simple and plain. That's what's going to happen. So right down here, as we get lower here, the difference between NVIDIA and the SPY and Tesla and all these other stocks that I'm going to look at, we have the same thrust candle on April 9th, but look at the difference. We're at the lower end of it, right? We're at the bottom end. We're not at the top end. We're at the bottom end, showing relative weakness to the rest of the market, okay? Market's moving up. We're staying down here on NVIDIA. So that's the concern at the moment. Let's make this graph a little bit more busy. Boom. Got my lines, got my green lines. Here is where I personally like to grab NVIDIA. Anywhere under 100, around 96 for a swing trade today is a no-brainer. You break 100 today, I like it, especially if it was to move with any type of price. You know, so 97 to 95, to me, those are sweet areas to buy it today, even tomorrow. Let's just see what the price actions to get. So I like it sub 100 today for a day trade. Don't know if it's going to give us that today, but we will have to watch. Google has earnings today, so that's the big one. Let's see what happens with Google today. So Google has earnings, I think, at the end of the day today. I'm in some of this here. Again, we got the same thrust candle on the day, but where are we at? We're at the top. We're at the top of it, unlike NVIDIA, which is towards the bottom. So I like that. This is showing me that we have some bullish options here to go up to the top. So let's just see what we get. I'll probably buy some pre-market today. I'll probably buy some of this today to hold into earnings. I already have some way higher, so I want to slam my average in and be prepared and see if we get this thrust up. So I'm looking forward to that. Another stock of interest to me is Palantir. Palantir was around 100 yesterday. Look at that. We're at 102 now, just shy of 102. My level for it remains 97. I said yesterday around 97. It got so close to it. I think it got to $98. Got within $1 of my level and then bounced. So I still like it, but that would represent like a good 4 or 5% down. I don't think we're going to get that today. With a big level, if I clone it here, my second level would be on a move down, probably down to about 88, 89. So if we got into this space here, today, tomorrow, next week, I'd look to see it, okay? So we're watching that. Other than that, I'm watching Tesla. I like Tesla. That's going to be a stock that I trade pretty much regularly every day. NVIDIA, AVGO, Coinbase is another stock I like to look at. Let me have a look real quick. Down to 194. Let's just see what it does. No price for me, but again, look at this thrust candle. Look at this chop, this bullish flag chop here, and then the breakout. So we should expect in the coming days a retest of this breakout. And so for me, I'd want to see it break. I'd like to see a test of 180 in the coming days to weeks to see if we can get that. And if we get that, then that's a chance for us to get a buy. But we're not going to be able to do that without Bitcoin moving. So let's have a look at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin, yep. So Bitcoin got to this level that I said around 92,500. I said this a couple of days on the live. So we're thereabouts. So we're chopping right here at the lows of what I consider the sweet spot. So let's change this from red to green. Okay, let's change this to red to green. And we're just essentially chopping inside this zone here. We've made it back into this zone where we were at this entire time. So I knew eventually we were gonna make it into here. Okay, for a short, I don't want to see it get to this midline, 100,000. But right now, I don't mind watching it sideways chop. I would expect a pullback. If it got into about 88,000 to 90,000, that's where I would look if I wanted to swing trade it or buy it, day trade it. That's where I like it. Otherwise, it's just right here. We got to see if it's going to power up. Last but not least, well, it is last, but it's gold. Let's see what gold's doing, because gold is going to be the canary in the coal mine. As long as it keeps making all-time highs, it's pulled back now. I want to see it continue to go back down. But if it continues to power up, this market is still not out of the woodworks. Other than that, come check us out. I mean, the link is on the screen now, and you're free to come join and check us out. So we'll see you there.